Welcome. Tonight, there is nowhere you need to be. Nothing to finish. Nothing to solve. Nothing waiting for your attention. For the next little while, the world can gently continue without asking anything from you. This time belongs only to rest, only to comfort, only to quiet moments that ask nothing more than a slow breath and a gentle smile. So, before our peaceful journey begins, allow yourself to settle into a comfortable position. Feel the surface beneath you supporting every part of your body. There is nothing to hold up, nothing to carry. Simply allow yourself to be comfortably supported. Take a slow breath in, very gently, filling your lungs with cool, peaceful air, and breathe out. Long, soft, easy. Again, breathe in, calm, fresh, comforting, and breathe out, releasing the busyness of the day like tiny leaves floating down a quiet stream. With every breath, your shoulders become a little softer. Your hands grow a little heavier. The tiny muscles around your eyes begin to relax. Even your thoughts no longer feel hurried. They simply drift by, like clouds crossing a moonlit sky. Outside, a gentle rain has already begun. Not a storm, only a soft evening rain. Tiny drops fall quietly upon leaves, wooden rooftops, flower petals, and stone pathways. You don't need to listen carefully. The rain finds you naturally. Its rhythm is slow, comforting, steady, like nature softly whispering that everything is exactly as it should be. Imagine now that you are standing at the entrance to a beautiful old garden. A graceful wooden gate stands before you. Its dark cedar wood has been polished smooth by many peaceful seasons. Tiny vines climb along its sides, weaving delicate jasmine flowers through every corner. The blossoms are perfectly white, small, simple, elegant. Even before stepping inside, their sweet fragrance drifts gently through the cool evening air. It is soft, never overpowering, only enough to make each breath feel wonderfully peaceful. Above the gate hangs a small lantern. Its warm golden light glows gently against the cool silver moonlight. Together, the moon and lantern paint everything in soft shades of gold and blue. You reach toward the gate. Its wooden handle feels smooth beneath your fingertips. Warm somehow, as though countless kind visitors have quietly opened it before you. With almost no sound, the gate slowly swings open. Inside, a beautiful world waits. The garden stretches peacefully beneath the full moon. Stone pathways wind gently between thousands of blooming jasmine bushes. Every flower seems to shine beneath the moonlight. Tiny drops of rain rest upon each delicate white petal. They sparkle like little diamonds. Soft mist floats quietly above the ground. Fireflies drift lazily through the air. Golden lights appearing, disappearing, appearing again. Like tiny stars that have decided to visit the earth tonight. You step inside. The pathway beneath your feet is made of smooth gray stones. Rain has polished them until they softly reflect the lanterns hanging throughout the garden. Every step feels gentle, comfortable, unhurried. There is nowhere to rush. The garden itself seems to encourage slower footsteps, slower breathing, slower thoughts. As you continue walking, the sweet scent of jasmine becomes richer. It mixes beautifully with the fresh fragrance of rain-soaked earth. Nearby, lavender sways gently beneath the falling rain. Mint leaves release their cool aroma. Rosemary fills the air with quiet warmth. Every plant contributes its own little note to this peaceful evening. The result feels less like a garden, and more like a comforting memory. Somewhere nearby, water trickles softly. You follow the gentle sound. Just beyond a circle of flowering jasmine bushes, you discover a small stone fountain. Moonlight dances across its surface. Tiny drops fall from one smooth stone into another. Each splash is delicate, never loud, only enough to blend perfectly with the rain. You pause beside it, listening. Rain above, water below, a distant breeze moving gently through the leaves. Nothing else. Nothing missing. Only peaceful sounds filling the night. Take another slow breath. In. Feel the cool evening air. Out. Let every remaining bit of tension drift away. Notice how naturally your breathing has slowed. There is no effort now. Only comfort. Only quiet. You continue along another winding path. Tiny lanterns rest beside the stones every few steps. Their warm glow never competes with the moon. Instead, the two lights seem to work together. The moon lights the sky. The lanterns light the earth. And together they guide your peaceful walk through the sleeping garden. The rain grows slightly steadier. Still gentle. Still comforting. Raindrops gather upon broad green leaves before quietly slipping onto the soft grass below. Little puddles begin forming beside the path. Each one reflects the moon above. Tiny silver circles scattered throughout the garden. The sight makes you smile. Everything feels so calm. So beautifully simple. Ahead, a wooden bench waits beneath a graceful arch covered entirely in jasmine vines. Thousands of tiny blossoms surround it. The air here feels wonderfully fragrant. You sit down. The bench is warm beneath the shelter of the vines. The wooden surface has been carefully polished until it feels silky smooth. Above you, the rain lands softly upon the leafy arch. Tiny drops roll from leaf to leaf before finally falling to the earth. Each one follows its own quiet journey. You watch them for a while. There is something deeply relaxing about watching rain. It never rushes, never hesitates. It simply falls, exactly as nature intended. Perhaps your thoughts can do the same tonight. No need to chase them. No need to stop them. Simply allow them to drift gently through your mind. Then quietly disappear like ripples across still water. Nearby, a family of tiny rabbits carefully emerges beneath a flowering bush. They pause, listen, then continue nibbling quietly at the fresh grass. Completely at peace. They seem perfectly comfortable sharing the garden with the rain, with the moon, with you. One little rabbit pauses for just a moment. Its tiny nose twitches curiously. Then it gently hops back beneath the jasmine bushes. Soon, only the flowers remain. The rain continues falling. The scent of jasmine becomes even sweeter. It almost feels as though the flowers bloom a little more with every passing minute. The night itself seems alive. Not busy. Not loud. Simply awake. Breathing gently beneath the moonlight. As you rise from the bench, the pathway begins climbing ever so slightly. Only a gentle slope. At the top, you discover something wonderful. A circular clearing surrounded by ancient jasmine vines. In the center stands an enormous tree. Its branches stretch gracefully across the sky. Tiny lanterns hang from nearly every limb. Hundreds of them. Each glowing softly like little moons. Rain falls through the branches. The lantern light catches every droplet. For just a brief second, each raindrop shines like liquid gold before quietly disappearing into the earth below. The sight is breathtaking, yet wonderfully peaceful. You walk slowly around the great tree. Its trunk is wide and beautifully textured. Soft moss covers its roots. Tiny white flowers grow naturally around its base. Someone has carefully placed smooth stones in two small circles nearby. Perhaps visitors have rested here for many quiet evenings before. Perhaps everyone who finds this garden leaves behind nothing except peaceful memories. You reach out and gently touch the bark. It feels cool, strong, comforting, as though the tree has patiently watched countless peaceful nights pass beneath the moon. The rain continues. Softly, patiently. The lanterns glow warmly. Fireflies drift lazily between the branches. The scent of jasmine surrounds you completely now. Sweet, fresh, delicate. It feels impossible to hurry here. Impossible to worry. Everything encourages stillness. Everything welcomes rest. Far beyond the trees, a tiny bell rings gently in the distance. Only once. Its sound fades slowly into the rainy night. You don't know where it came from. And somehow, there is no need to know. Some mysteries are happiest when they remain quiet. You simply smile. Take another slow breath. And continue your peaceful walk deeper into the moonlit garden, where even more gentle discoveries await. Imagine, if you like, that it is late evening. Not late enough to be lonely, just late enough that the sky has softened into a deep, warm blue, the kind of blue that sits just before true night. The air outside is cool, but not cold. Comfortable. The kind of air that feels like a light cotton scarf resting around your shoulders. You are walking along a quiet garden path, and there is no one else around. Though the world doesn't feel empty, it feels held, the way a room feels held when a candle is lit somewhere nearby, even if you can't quite see it yet. Your footsteps are soft on the path beneath you. Perhaps it's made of old stone, smoothed down over many years, still faintly warm from the day's sun, though the coolness of night is beginning to settle over it too. You can feel that gentle contrast beneath your feet, warmth below, coolness above, like the whole world taking a slow breath out. To your left and right, tall hedges rise, dark green, their edges catching the very last silver light of the evening sky. You don't need to see them clearly. Shapes are enough. Soft, rounded shapes, swaying every so often in a breeze so light it barely disturbs a single leaf. Above you, the moon is rising. Not full and blinding, just full enough, soft and pale, like a lamp behind a curtain of thin cloud. Its light doesn't shine harshly. It simply rests over everything, gently, the way moonlight always does, turning ordinary things, stone, leaves, dew, into something quietly beautiful. There's no need to walk quickly. In fact, there's no need to walk with any purpose at all, other than simply moving forward, one slow step at a time, matching the pace of your own breath. In, and a step. Out, and another step. The air begins to carry the faintest scent, something sweet, something floral, something you can't quite place yet, carried on the breeze from somewhere ahead. It's the kind of scent that doesn't announce itself. It simply arrives, softly, the way a memory arrives sometimes, uninvited but welcome. You walk a little further. The path curves gently to the left, following the line of the hedge, and as it curves, you notice something ahead, a low wooden gate, its paint faded to a soft, weathered gray-green, half covered in a climbing vine whose small white flowers seem to glow faintly in the moonlight. This is the entrance to the garden. There's no lock. No need for one. The gate simply waits, as gates do, for someone to gently push it open. You reach out. The wood is smooth beneath your fingers, cool and a little damp with evening air. You press it open, and it swings without a sound, as if it has been waiting patiently, for exactly this moment, for exactly you. Beyond the gate, the garden opens up before you, soft and wide and quiet. The first thing you notice is the light. Warm, low lanterns hang from the branches of a few old trees scattered through the garden, each one glowing gently, like small captured pieces of candlelight. They don't illuminate everything, just enough. Just enough to see the shapes of things, a stone path curving through the grass, a wooden bench beneath a tree, the soft outline of flower beds along the borders. The moonlight fills in the rest, silver and soft, resting over everything like a thin blanket of light. And then, the scent reaches you fully now. Jasmine. It's everywhere here. Small white flowers, star-shaped, clustered along a trellis to your right, climbing gently up toward the branches above. Their scent is sweet but never overwhelming, soft, warm, a little like vanilla, a little like something you can't quite name, something that simply feels like comfort. You breathe it in, slowly, the way you might breathe in the scent of something warm from an oven, or the smell of clean linen fresh from the line. In, jasmine and cool night air. Out, releasing anything you were still holding. The garden is quiet, but not silent. There's a soft rustle of leaves overhead, the occasional gentle creak of a branch settling, somewhere in the distance, the faint trickle of water, perhaps a small fountain, or a stream, you're not quite sure, and it doesn't matter. It's simply there, a soft, constant murmur beneath everything else, like a lullaby hummed just under someone's breath. You take a few slow steps along the stone path, and the grass on either side brushes softly against your ankles, cool with the faint beginning of dew. There is nowhere you need to reach. No destination waiting impatiently. You could simply stand here, in this spot, for as long as you liked, and the garden would not mind at all. But your feet carry you forward anyway, slowly, curiously, the way feet do when there's nothing pulling them elsewhere. You find yourself standing beneath the trellis now, the one thick with jasmine vines. Above you, the small white flowers seem to catch the moonlight and hold it, glowing faintly, like tiny lanterns of their own. You reach up, gently, and let your fingers brush against one of the blossoms, soft, delicate, cool with the evening air. It doesn't fall from the vine. It simply rests there, unbothered, the way flowers do. The scent is stronger here, wrapping around you slowly, like warm steam rising from a cup of tea. Sweet, calm, familiar, even if you've never smelled anything quite like it before. You let your hand fall back to your side, and you simply stand for a moment, beneath the trellis, breathing. In, slow and full. Out, slow and long. There's something about this scent that makes your shoulders drop a little further. Something about it that makes your mind grow quiet, the way a room grows quiet when a lamp is switched off and only soft moonlight remains. Above you, through the gaps in the jasmine leaves, you can see small patches of the night sky, deep blue, scattered with a few early stars, soft and steady, like small points of gentle light keeping watch. You don't need to count them. You don't need to name them. You can simply let your eyes rest on them, soft and unfocused, the way your eyes rest on anything just before sleep. A breeze moves through the garden, light and cool, and the jasmine vines sway gently above you, their leaves whispering softly against one another, a sound like 1,000 tiny sighs of relief. You feel your own breath match that rhythm. Soft, slow, unhurried. Somewhere in the distance, you begin to hear something new, a very faint patter, soft and rhythmic. Rain, beginning somewhere far off, gentle enough that it feels more like a promise than an event. The rain arrives slowly, the way good things often do, not all at once, but gradually, gathering itself softly over the garden. At first, it's just a few drops, landing here and there on broad leaves, each one making the smallest, softest sound, a light tap, almost like a whisper. Then a few more. Then a few more still, until the whole garden seems to be filled with a low, steady patter, rain falling gently through leaves and petals, down onto the stone path, down into the soft grass. You tilt your head back slightly, and you feel the faintest touch of rain on your face, cool, soft, barely more than mist. It's not the kind of rain that soaks or chills. It's the kind of rain that simply exists to be gentle, to remind you that the world can be soft, even in its wetness. The jasmine flowers above you seem to glisten now, tiny drops of rain resting on their white petals like small clear jewels, catching what little light there is and turning it silver. You could stay here, beneath the trellis, and let the rain fall lightly around you. But somewhere ahead, you notice a small wooden gazebo, its roof gently sloped, its sides open to the garden, a lantern hanging from its central beam, glowing warm and low. It feels like exactly the right place to rest. You walk toward it slowly, unhurried, each step soft on the wet stone path, the rain falling a little heavier now but never harshly, a steady, comforting rhythm, like fingers drumming gently on a windowsill. You step beneath the gazebo's roof, and the sound of the rain changes immediately, no longer falling directly on you, but instead pattering softly on the wood above, a steady, close rhythm, warm and enclosing, like being tucked beneath a blanket while the world continues quietly outside. Inside, there's a low wooden bench, wide enough to stretch out on if you wished, its surface worn smooth by many nights just like this one. A soft cushion rests along its length, the fabric a deep, warm color, faded slightly from age and use, the kind of cushion that has clearly held many tired bodies before yours, and welcomes one more. You lower yourself onto it slowly, feeling the wood settle slightly beneath your weight, sturdy and safe. The cushion is soft, a little cool at first, but it warms quickly beneath you. Around the gazebo, the garden continues its quiet rhythm, the rain falling steadily now, filling the air with that low, comforting sound, somewhere between white noise and a lullaby. Water gathers on the broad leaves of nearby plants and occasionally slides off in small streams, catching the lantern light as it falls. The lantern above you glows warm and gold, casting soft shadows that move ever so slightly whenever the breeze catches the flame within. It's not bright. It doesn't need to be. Its light is just enough to see by, just enough to feel held, without disturbing the deep, comfortable dark that fills the rest of the garden. You let your head rest back against the gazebo's post, or perhaps you lie down fully along the bench, however feels most natural, most comfortable. Your body sinks a little further into the cushion beneath you. Breathe in, the scent of rain now mixing with jasmine, cool and sweet together. Breathe out, slow, long, releasing. The rain continues, steady and gentle, tapping softly on the roof above. It's the kind of sound that doesn't ask anything of you. It simply is, constant, soft, present, like a friend sitting quietly nearby, needing no conversation, just company. From beneath the gazebo, you can watch the garden gently transform in the rain. The stone path you walked earlier now gleams faintly under the lantern light, wet and smooth, small rivulets of water tracing gentle lines between the stones. The grass beyond has darkened slightly, each blade bending just a little under the weight of raindrops, then springing back, over and over, in a slow rhythm you could watch for a very long time without growing tired of it. The jasmine trellis, a little further off, seems to sway gently under the rain's weight, its white flowers glowing faintly through the soft grey curtain of falling water. Occasionally, a gust of wind sends a small shower of loose petals drifting down, spinning slowly before settling onto the wet grass below, unhurried, the way falling things often are when there's no urgency behind them. You watch it all with soft, half-closed eyes, the way you might watch a fireplace, or the slow rise and fall of a sleeping pet's breathing. There's nothing to analyze here. Nothing to understand. Just gentle motion, gentle sound, gentle light. Somewhere out in the rain, you notice movement, small and unhurried. A cat, perhaps, the color of soft gray smoke, padding along the edge of the garden bed, seemingly unbothered by the rain, pausing now and then to sniff at a low flower before continuing on its way. It doesn't come toward you, and it doesn't need to. It simply exists there, quietly, another small piece of the garden's calm life, going about its slow evening business. You watch it disappear behind a cluster of ferns, and you don't feel the need to follow. There's nowhere here that needs following. Everything simply is, exactly where it is, doing exactly what it's meant to do, in its own slow time. Your eyes grow heavier as you watch the rain. Breathe in, slow. Breathe out, slower. In the distance, past the edge of the garden, you notice a soft golden glow, a window, perhaps, from a house tucked somewhere beyond the hedges, its curtains drawn but glowing warmly from the light inside. You can't see who's there, and you don't need to. It simply feels like a quiet reminder that warmth exists, close by, steady and unwavering, even while the rain falls softly all around. The light flickers faintly now and then, perhaps a candle, perhaps a low lamp, and its glow reaches faintly across the wet grass, blending gently with the lantern light of the gazebo, the two small warm points holding the whole garden together in soft gold, even as the rest of the world dims into blue-gray night. You feel your body growing heavier still, sinking further into the cushion beneath you. Your hands, resting loosely at your sides, feel warm and calm. Your breathing has slowed to match the rhythm of the rain, steady, unhurried, patient. There's a soft blanket, you notice now, folded neatly at the end of the gazebo bench. Perhaps it was there all along, waiting for exactly this moment. You reach for it, slowly, and pull it gently over yourself, feeling its weight settle over your legs, your chest, warm and soft, like the hush that falls over a room when someone you trust quietly closes the door and turns down the light. The rain continues outside the gazebo, steady, soft, endless in the most comforting way. Not a rain that needs to stop, not a rain that needs anything from you at all. Just rain, falling the way it always has, the way it always will, long after you've closed your eyes. Time moves differently in a garden like this. There's no clock here, no need to check how long you've been resting beneath the gazebo, listening to the rain, wrapped in warmth and the soft scent of jasmine. Perhaps a little time passes. Perhaps a lot. It doesn't matter here. The rain simply continues, steady and low, and your body continues to soften, breath by breath, moment by moment. You notice the small details around you slowly, the way you might notice things in a half-dream, the way the lantern's flame dances gently whenever a breeze slips beneath the gazebo's roof, the way a single drop of water gathers at the edge of a leaf just outside, growing heavier and heavier until it finally falls, disappearing into the grass below, replaced almost instantly by the beginning of another. There's a rhythm to all of it. A patience. Nothing is rushing toward anything. The rain isn't trying to finish. The night isn't trying to end. The garden isn't trying to become anything other than exactly what it is, right now, in this quiet, wet, moonlit hour. You could let yourself be like that too, just for tonight. Nothing to become. Nothing to finish. Nothing to solve. Just resting, here, in the soft gold light, beneath a warm blanket, while the rain falls gently around you. Breathe in, slow, deep, unhurried. Breathe out, releasing anything left in your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. Somewhere far off, a low rumble of thunder rolls, so distant and soft it barely registers as sound at all, more like a low hum felt in the chest than heard with the ears. It's not an alarming sound. It's simply the garden breathing, deep and slow, the way you're breathing now. The scent of jasmine drifts to you again, carried on a small gust of cool, rain-washed air, mixing with the earthy smell of wet stone and grass. It's a scent that feels like the safest kind of memory, a memory you don't need to have actually lived, because it feels like home anyway. At some point, without quite deciding to, you find yourself remembering the soft sound you noticed earlier, that faint, steady trickle of water, somewhere beyond the gazebo, half hidden by the rain. It's still there, you realize, quiet and constant beneath everything else, like a low note held gently under a song. You don't need to get up to find it. You can simply picture it, resting easily in your mind, the way you might picture a familiar room in your own home without needing to walk through it. A small stone fountain, tucked into a corner of the garden, half covered in moss softened by years of rain. Water spills from its worn basin in a slow, unhurried stream, down into a wider pool below, where a few smooth pebbles sit beneath the surface, catching faint threads of moonlight whenever the clouds part just slightly. The sound it makes is simple. Water falling onto water, over and over, never rushing, never stopping, just continuing, patient and steady, the way some things in the world are allowed to simply continue, without needing a reason. You imagine sitting beside it for a while, though you don't need to leave your place beneath the gazebo to do so. In your mind, the stone edge of the fountain is cool beneath your hand, slightly damp, textured with tiny ridges worn smooth by time. The water sounds louder here, closer, filling the space around you with its soft, endless murmur. A few petals, jasmine, most likely, carried by the earlier wind, drift slowly across the surface of the pool, turning gently, unhurried, before settling near the fountain's edge, resting there the way tired things rest, without any need to move again. You watch them, or perhaps you only imagine watching them, and either way, it doesn't matter. The image is enough. The sound is enough. The stillness is enough. Somewhere close by, a single frog gives a low, soft call, just once, and then falls silent again, content, it seems, simply to have been heard. The fountain continues, endlessly patient, its quiet water song blending with the last few drops of rain still falling from the leaves above, and with your own slow, steady breathing, until it becomes difficult to tell where one sound ends and another begins. You let your breathing settle into that same unhurried rhythm. In, slow, like water gathering in a basin. Out, slow, like water spilling gently over the edge. There is nothing urgent in any of this. Nothing waiting to be solved. Just water, and stone, and moss, and the soft company of a single frog, somewhere in the dark, keeping its own quiet watch over the garden. As the rain fades further into stillness, tiny points of light begin to appear here and there among the lower plants near the gazebo, soft, blinking gold, drifting slowly through the damp evening air. Fireflies, unhurried and quiet, rising and falling in lazy arcs above the wet grass. You watch them drift, one and then another, their small lights blinking on and off in no particular pattern, like slow, scattered breaths of gold scattered across the dark garden. They don't rush anywhere. They simply float, pausing here, pausing there, resting for a moment on a low leaf before lifting off again into the cool night air. One drifts close to the gazebo, hovering for a moment near the wooden post beside you, its small light glowing softly, warm and steady, before it turns and drifts back out into the garden, disappearing gently into the dark beyond the lantern's reach. There's something deeply peaceful about watching something so small move so slowly, so without purpose, simply existing in the space it's been given. You feel your own body settling further into that same unhurried existence, no purpose needed right now, no direction required, just resting, just being, just breathing. The moonlight catches the last of the rain still clinging to the leaves, and for a moment, the whole garden seems to glimmer faintly, moonlight above, firefly light drifting through the middle air, and the last silver drops of rain resting on every surface below, all of it soft, all of it slow, all of it entirely at peace. You feel your eyelids grow heavier still, watching those small gold lights drift and blink through the dark, and you let them go, one by one, the way you're letting go of everything else tonight, gently, without needing to hold on. After a while, you notice the gray cat has returned, padding softly along the edge of the gazebo, shaking a light dusting of rain from one paw before stepping up onto the low step and curling itself into a loose, warm shape near the end of your bench. It doesn't ask anything of you. It simply settles there, its breathing slow and even, occasionally shifting slightly, tucking its nose a little further beneath its tail. Its presence is a quiet comfort, proof that this space is safe enough, warm enough, calm enough, for even the most cautious of creatures to rest without worry. You watch it for a moment, its sides rising and falling gently with each breath, and you find your own breathing beginning to match that same unhurried rhythm. In, slow. Out, slower. The lantern above continues to glow, warm and low, casting its soft light over the two of you, the quiet cat, and you, wrapped beneath your blanket, listening to the rain. There's nothing more that needs to happen here. No story that needs an event, a problem, a twist. Just this, warmth, rain, Jasmine, soft gold light, and quiet company. The world outside the gazebo continues its slow work, rain falling, leaves swaying, water gathering and releasing along every edge and surface of the garden, but none of it reaches you here, beneath the roof, beneath the blanket, beneath the settling weight of your own tired body. You feel your eyelids grow heavier still. Not fighting it. Not needing to fight it. Simply letting it happen, the way rain simply happens, the way night simply happens, the way rest, eventually, simply happens too. At some point, you notice a small side table has always been there, tucked just beside the bench, low and simple, made of the same soft, weathered wood as the gazebo itself. On it rests a cup, warm, you can tell just by looking, a faint curl of steam rising gently from its surface, catching the lantern light as it drifts upward and disappears. You don't remember it being poured, and it doesn't matter. In a garden like this, some things simply arrive exactly when they're needed, the way warmth arrives when you finally allow yourself to rest. You reach for it slowly, unhurried, and feel the warmth of the cup settle into your hands, a gentle, steady heat, comforting against skin that has grown slightly cool in the night air. Chamomile, perhaps, or something close to it, a soft, honeyed scent, faintly floral, blending easily with the jasmine still lingering all around you. You bring the cup close, and the steam touches your face, warm and damp, carrying that same gentle scent up toward you. You don't need to drink it quickly. There's no reason to. You simply hold it, feeling its warmth spread slowly through your palms, up through your wrists, settling somewhere warm and easy in your chest. When you do take a sip, it's warm and soft on your tongue, a little sweet, a little floral, entirely soothing, the kind of warmth that seems to spread outward from the inside, settling every last bit of tension that might have still been resting quietly in your shoulders, your jaw, the space behind your eyes. You rest the cup gently in your lap, both hands still curled loosely around it, feeling its warmth continue to hold you, the way a good, familiar comfort always does, quietly, without needing anything in return. The rain outside has softened even further now, just the occasional drop finding its way down through the leaves, landing softly somewhere in the wet grass. The fountain continues its slow, patient trickle. The fireflies drift here and there, small and golden, unhurried in the damp night air. You take another slow sip, and feel your whole body settle a little deeper into the cushion beneath you, a little deeper into warmth, a little deeper into rest. The cat beside you shifts slightly, tucking itself a little closer to the warmth of your side, its breathing slow and even, undisturbed by anything at all. You set the cup down gently on the little table, only half finished, and find that you don't mind leaving it there. It will still be warm if you want it again. It will still be there, waiting, patient, the way everything in this garden seems to wait, without hurry, without expectation, simply present, simply available, whenever you're ready. For now, your hands settle back into your lap, warm still from holding the cup, and you let your eyes close a little further, your breathing slow and unhurried, your body heavy and soft against the cushion beneath you. The lantern's light continues to glow, low and gold, flickering gently now and then as the last of the breeze moves softly through the gazebo. The scent of chamomile and jasmine mingles in the cool night air, warm and sweet, wrapping around you like one more soft layer of blanket. You feel yourself sinking further, the edges of the garden growing a little softer, a little further away, the way the edges of a room grow soft and far away just before sleep finally, gently, arrives. The rain has softened now, slower, the drops more spaced apart, each one landing with a small, clear sound against a leaf or the stone path beyond the gazebo. It's the sound of a storm easing gently into calm, the way a held breath finally releases. You feel your body sinking deeper into the bench beneath you, the cushion soft and warm, molded now to the shape of you, as though it has decided to hold you exactly as you are. Your hands rest loosely at your sides, heavy and warm. Your legs feel the same, heavy, warm, still. There's a pleasant weightlessness beginning to settle over you, the kind that comes just before sleep, when the body finally believes it is safe enough to let go completely. The jasmine scent lingers faintly in the air, softer now, blending with the smell of rain-washed stone and the faint, comforting scent of the lantern's small flame. You could open your eyes and look around the garden once more if you wanted, the wet grass glistening faintly under the moon, the trellis heavy with rain-dusted blossoms, the far-off window still glowing gold, but your eyes feel content to stay closed, or nearly closed, resting softly, unfocused, the way eyes do in that space just before dreaming. There's a gentle heaviness behind your eyelids now, the same heaviness that comes at the end of a long, peaceful day. Not exhaustion. Just readiness. Readiness to rest. Breathe in, slowly, and let it go, slowly, longer than it came in. With each breath, feel yourself sinking a little further into softness, a little further into warmth, a little further away from anything that isn't this quiet garden, this soft rain, this gentle lantern light. Somewhere beyond the garden wall, faint and far off, you begin to notice a new sound drifting in on the last of the breeze, a soft, scattered chime, delicate and uneven, like small glass petals brushing against one another. Wind chimes, hanging somewhere you can't quite see, stirred gently by air so light it barely counts as wind at all. The sound isn't sharp. It isn't bright or startling the way chimes sometimes can be. Here, in the damp night air, it comes through soft and rounded at the edges, muffled slightly by rain-heavy leaves and the thick, warm dark. A few notes, scattered, unhurried, then quiet again. Then a few more, whenever the breeze remembers to return. You let your head rest a little further back, listening. There's no melody to follow, no pattern to hold on to, just small, occasional sounds, arriving and fading, the way thoughts do in the last minutes before sleep. You don't need to make sense of them. You can simply let them pass through you, one soft chime at a time. The lantern flame dips and steadies with the same breeze that carries the chimes to you, and for a moment, the whole garden seems to hum quietly along with it. Leaves, water, distant glass, all moving together in the same unhurried rhythm as your own slow breathing. In, and somewhere far off, a small chime sounds. Out, and it fades, gently, into the dark. You feel your body sink a little further into the cushion beneath you, heavier now, warmer, further from anything that isn't this soft, chiming quiet. The rain, which has been fading slowly for a while now, reaches its final, gentlest moments. Only the occasional drop remains, released from some high leaf that has been holding it a little longer than the rest, falling alone now, landing softly somewhere in the dark grass with a sound so small it's almost more felt than heard. You watch, or half-watch, through eyes that have grown heavy and soft, as the space beyond the gazebo settles into a stillness that feels complete, the kind of stillness that only arrives after rain, when the whole world seems to exhale at once, and everything, every leaf, every petal, every blade of grass, simply rests, glistening quietly under the moon. The clouds above continue to part, slow and unhurried, and more of the sky opens up above the garden, deep blue-black, scattered gently with stars that seem to have been waiting patiently behind the rain the whole time. They don't ask to be noticed. They simply are there, soft points of light, keeping their same quiet watch they always keep. The jasmine scent settles more fully now, no longer stirred by wind or rain, just resting in the still air, sweet and low, filling every breath you take with something calm, something familiar, something that feels, in this moment, exactly like being home. You feel your whole body has grown heavy in the most comfortable way possible, the way a body feels after a long, warm bath, or after being wrapped snugly in the softest blanket in the house. There is nothing left to hold up. Nothing left to carry. Just rest, arriving in its own slow time, the way it always eventually does. The rain has almost stopped now, just the occasional drop, falling from a leaf high above, landing softly somewhere in the grass, the sound growing rarer and rarer, like the last few notes of a song fading into silence. The air feels washed clean, cool and fresh, carrying the mingled scent of wet earth and jasmine, a scent so calming it seems to settle directly into your chest, easing every breath a little further. The clouds above are beginning to part, just slightly, and through the gap, the moon reappears, fuller now, its light spilling gently across the garden, silver and soft, resting on every wet leaf and petal, making the whole space glow faintly, like something remembered rather than something real. You watch it, half aware, through eyes that keep wanting to close. The grey cat beside you shifts once, settles again, its breathing slow and steady, undisturbed. There is nothing left to happen here. No task. No arrival. No departure. Just this, the garden, quiet and glowing, the rain fading into silence, the warm blanket, the warm lantern, the warm company of a small sleeping creature nearby, and you, sinking, slowly, comfortably, into rest. Your thoughts, if you're having any at all, have likely grown soft and slow, drifting the way clouds drift, without direction, without urgency, simply moving because that is what clouds do, the same way sleep is simply what tired minds do, when given enough softness, enough safety, enough quiet. You don't need to hold on to any single thought. Let them pass, gently, the way raindrops slide off a leaf and disappear into the grass below. The garden feels far away now, and very close, both at once, the way places feel in the last moments before sleep, half real, half memory, entirely comforting. You can still feel the softness of the blanket over you. You can still hear, faintly, the last few drops of rain finding their way down through the leaves above. You can still smell, just barely, the sweetness of jasmine drifting on cool night air. But your body has grown heavy now, pleasantly heavy, the kind of heavy that only comes when everything inside you has finally decided to rest. Your breathing has slowed to its own natural rhythm, unhurried, even, deep. You don't need to think about it anymore. Your body knows exactly what to do. In, soft. Out, soft, and long. The lantern's light glows low and steady above you, warm gold against the deep blue of the night. It will keep glowing long after you've drifted off, a small, quiet guardian, watching gently over the garden, over the sleeping cat, over you. The moon rests high above the trees now, calm and full, its silver light settling over everything like the softest kind of blanket, tucking the whole garden in for the night. Somewhere far off, one last, faint rumble of thunder rolls gently across the sky, not a warning, just a lullaby, low and distant, the garden's own quiet good night. You feel yourself sinking further, further, into the warmth beneath you, into the stillness around you, into the soft, endless comfort of this moonlit garden. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is nothing else you need to do. Just this. Just rest. Just the soft scent of jasmine, and warm light, and slow, easy breath. If you are still listening, know that you don't need to be anymore. Your mind can let go now, fully, softly, the way a hand slowly opens when it finally releases something it's been holding. The garden will still be here, whenever you need it. The jasmine will still be blooming. The lantern will still be glowing, low and warm. The rain, should it return, will fall just as gently as it did tonight. The little fountain will keep its same slow rhythm. The fireflies will keep drifting, unhurried, through the damp evening air. None of it needs you to stay awake for it. It will simply go on being peaceful, quietly, in the background, the way peaceful things do, whether anyone is watching or not. For now, there's nothing left to do but rest. Let your breathing continue on its own, slow and even, the way it has been for some time now, needing no help from you at all. Let your body stay heavy, warm, still, sinking a little further into softness with every passing moment. Let your thoughts drift, soft and slow, like petals settling onto quiet water, or like the last few chimes carried in on a breeze that has almost stopped moving. You don't have to hold on to this garden to keep its calm with you. You can simply carry the feeling of it, the warmth, the soft gold light, the scent of jasmine and rain-washed stone, the way you might carry the last warmth of a cup of tea long after it's been set down. It stays with you, quietly, even after your hands have let go. The cat beside you is fully asleep now, its breathing slow, even, undisturbed. The lantern continues to glow, low and gold, needing nothing from you either. The moon rests high above the trees, calm and full, patient, the way it always is, watching gently over everything below without asking anything in return. You are safe. You are warm. You are held. There is no reason to open your eyes again tonight. No reason to check on anything, to finish anything, to remember anything at all. Everything that needed doing has already been done. Everything that needed saying has already been said, or perhaps never needed saying in the first place. Tonight asks nothing else of you. So let yourself sink a little further still. Let your shoulders soften completely into whatever is holding them. Let your breath grow even slower, even quieter, barely a whisper of movement at all. And here, in this quiet, moonlit garden, surrounded by the gentle scent of jasmine, wrapped in warmth, with the last soft sounds of rain fading into silence around you, with the far-off chimes settling into stillness, with the fountain's slow trickle humming softly beneath everything else, you can finally, fully, let go. Rest now. Let the garden hold you. Good night.